Hello everyone, it's Ate Maylene again of Life Simplified and welcome to another episode of our Financial Friday. And today we are going to discuss about how to calculate your mortgage payment. For all of you who are new in this channel, welcome. Here in this channel, I talk about minimalism, homemaking, and financial education as well. So just a disclaimer, I am not a mortgage professional. I used to be a mortgage professional, but currently I am just a homemaker, and whatever materials that I will be sharing with you here are just for information purposes only and should not be taken as an advice, okay? So, gusto ko lang i-share yung isang search engine na lately ginagamit ko. So, apparently, every time na magsa-search ka sa website nila, they will plant a tree. So, for every 45 searches na gagawin mo, isang tree yung ipaplant ng company ng Ecosia. I just thought I'd share it with you as you might be interested in giving back some love to our Mother Nature, okay? So, start na tayo. So, let's start by typing TD Mortgage Calculator dun sa search engine. And then, kukuhanin natin yung first option na Mortgage Payment Calculator. Okay, from the TD website. And then, pag nag-scroll down kayo, you will have the option to enter in the amount of the mortgage na gusto nyong malaman kung magkano yung payment. Okay? So, for the purpose of calculation, let's use 300,000 na ginamit ko nung previous example ko. So, i-type in natin ngayon yung 300,000. And then, at the bottom, you will have the option ng interest rate. Defaulted yung nakalagay na interest rate dyan. So, ang kakailanganin nyo is to add your own rate, okay? And then, after that, you would have to select the term. Gamitin natin yung 5-year closed, which is the commonly used term sa mortgages. And then, you will have to add in yung interest rate na ino-offer sa inyo. So, for this purpose of calculation, let's use 3%. And then same amortization period, which is 25 years. Payment frequency is still monthly. And then remember to scroll down at the bottom where you have to click no dun sa add mortgage life insurance. We don't want any quotes for life insurance at this time. We only want the amount of mortgage payment for 300,000, okay? So, hit calculate, and then as you see, the amount of mortgage payment for 300,000 is $1,419.74. So now, if another bank or a broker is offering you, let's say, a rate of 2.75%, there is an option to compare yung mortgage payments. Click nyo lang yung create new option and it will generate the same details na in-enter natin kanina. So, ang i-change nyo lang dito ngayon is yung rate. So, from 3%, i-change natin siya sa 2.75%. And from there, makikita natin kung ano yung mortgage payment kapag ang rate nyo is 2.75%, which at this example is $1,381.53. So, from there, makikita nyo na ngayon yung difference na pag 3% at saka 2.75% monthly, ang difference ng payment would be $38.21 only. So, just make sure lang na kapag nagko-compare kayo, pareho yung term. Kasi pwedeng offeran kayo ng 2.75% pero 3 years term lang pala. Kasi usually, pag 3 years, minsan mas mababa siya, no? So, make sure that the terms are the same. In this case, we used 5-year fixed closed term, same amortization period also. So, next naman, ipapakita ko sa inyo yung mortgage calculator tools ng RBC. Okay, so kukuhanin nyo yung mortgage calculator tool from their site. Wag yung app kasi mahirapan kayo. And then use this calculator. And then you just have to enter in the amount. It's easy. Okay, 300,000 is what we're using. And then, defaulted din yung interest rate and then payment niya, no? So, ito naka-default siya sa 3.09. So, i-click nyo yung edit details on the left lower side. And then, 25 years amortization. Same, monthly ang payment. And then, dito, i-enter nyo yung interest rate, which is 3%. And then we will hit calculate, and then as you see, it's the same amount of payment, 1419.74. So ganun din, there is also the option to compare on the upper top right corner. Then dito nga lang sa RBC, you have to enter all the details again. So 300,000, and then same amortization period, pero yung payment frequency niya, you have to watch out kasi nagdi-default siya sa accelerated, so we choose monthly. And then same, and then calculate, and then you have to change the interest rate, of course, to 2.75. And then you have to click calculate, and then there you go, the same amount, 1381.54. Okay, so those are the two options. Of course, there are other options out there na po pwede nyong gamitin. Please feel free, reliable lang kasi itong mga to kasi big banks sila, no? So just for your budgeting purposes, it's always good to go into a site where you can get a reliable mortgage payment amount. Okay. And ito, sa opinion ko lang naman, I'm not saying na yung iba hindi reliable, but for me, personally, I would use this two just for the sake of calculation, para mai-reflect yung tamang mortgage payment ninyo. Okay? So moving on, doon naman tayo sa calculation ng, or kung paano natin malalaman yung property tax payment natin. So ang first option natin is yung property listings. Okay, so most property listings, they have the information of the property tax payment. Kumuha lang ako ng isang random na house for sale. So itong bahay na to, 209,900 siya. And ang property tax niya is 2,733 per year. Per year ang calculation niyan. So what you want to do is you have to divide that into 12. That will be your monthly property tax payment na expected. Okay? Next option naman natin is yung city websites. So, and this is applicable kahit saan ka sa Canada, no? Kasi lahat ng city within Canada, there is an area in the city website where you can check the property tax assessment. This is also good information for current homeowners to know. This is a site where you can go para malaman nyo yung estimated property tax assessment nyo for the following year, and also yung value ng property, which is very helpful to determine yung kung meron na kayong equity or wala, no? So basically, kapag na-type inyo yung name ng property, towards the bottom, dun nyo makikita kung magkano yung property assessment or yung value ng property nyo, and sa baba pa, pag in-scroll down nyo, makikita nyo ngayon yung total tax. For this particular property, it will be 2,857.06 for the year of 2020. Now, let's move on to the fun part, which is the cost analysis. Ano? So, we will take a $300,000 mortgage at a rate of 3% for a 5-year fixed closed mortgage with a 25-year amortization period. So, meron na kayong down payment and closing costs, which is about $19,500 as what we have discussed in my previous video. So now, let's take a look at the total anticipated housing cost for a $300,000 worth of mortgage, okay? So, meron kayong mortgage payment, na-calculate natin siya at $1,419.74. For the sake of calculation ng property tax, we will use 1%, no? Kasi yung kaninang property na tiningnan natin, 209,900 lang yung value niya, pero 2,800 plus ang kanyang property tax. So, i-estimate lang natin ngayon yung sa 300,000. So, 1% of 300,000 is 3,000. I-divide natin yan sa 12. That's how we came up with the $250, okay? And then, I always use an extra $600 for utilities. Conservative pa rin ito. It can be more than 600, but this is just for illustration purposes of what is the anticipated cost amount of owning a $300,000 worth of a property, okay? So as you see, the total anticipated housing cost is $2,269.74. And on top of that, you also have to consider that there are also other expenses na dapat nating i-consider, like yung insurances, ano. Although they are optional, it is beneficial if you would get those. I would use approximately about an extra $300 for that, just because hindi ko pwedeng i-estimate yun kasi it all depends on so many different factors. So just for the sake of calculation, we will use extra $300 for those extra expenses. So apart from those expenses, we also have to consider yung moving costs, yung mga pambayad sa U-Haul. And most of the time, pag bago yung property, most homeowners, bumibili pa sila ng bagong furnitures, no? Improvements like gardening, bibili ng mga halaman, can also cost you thousands of dollars sometimes. Minsan, maliit na area lang, $1,000, mababa pa, no? You also have the cost of borrowing. Kung halimbawa, yung down payment nyo, galing sa borrowed resources like RRSP loan or a line of credit, you also have to allocate extra budget for that. And on top of that, meron pa rin kayong day-to-day expenses na mga incidentals like yung pinapadala natin sa Pilipinas, syempre pagkain, bayad sa sasakyan, and all those other existing expenses that we already have. So, after nyo mag-sit down and mailista talaga kung magkano yung expected total cost of home ownership in your particular situation, I suggest na i-compare nyo siya ngayon. Magkano binabayad nyo dun sa rent? Yung total amount, pati kung hindi kasama sa rent yung mga utilities and everything, i-compare nyo yung cost, no? And then look at the difference. Doable ba? Kaya ba ng budget yung difference? So for example, if your rent is $1,800 and if you're looking at a $300,000 worth of mortgage, kung makikita nyo, more than $500 a month na yung extra expenses na kailangan yung paghandaan, right? And on top of that, yung pang down payment na expenses nyo, which is amounting to $19,500. Kung ready na yon at hindi siya from borrowed resources, then I suggest go for it kasi sayang yung equity, 'di ba? At least nakakaipon na kayo ng equity. Now, when it comes to the equity naman, hindi at all times may equity kayo agad dun sa property. Yung equity kasi depende sa performance ng market yon. Kapag tumaas yung value ng property nyo, then maganda. Pero kung bumaba yung value ng property nyo, then wala kayong equity. So, it all depends on the performance of the market. Sometimes, kailangan nyo maghintay up to 10 years bago kayo magkaroon ng equity dun sa property, right? So, for now, I wouldn't really worry about the equity. I would first worry about ready na ba down payment and kaya bang suportahan ng income yung difference ng cost ng home ownership as opposed to dun sa renting. Kaya ko lang naman gusto tong i-discuss, especially sa mga new home buyers, is for you to have a really good idea of how much is the total cost of home ownership. Nalulungkot kasi ako every time na may lalapit sa akin na kabayan natin or na nanghihingi ng advice for renewal na sila, and then they are asking me if kung po pwedeng hindi na lang nila i-renew yung bahay, yung mortgage nila. Unfortunately, hindi po pwede yon. Once you sign a mortgage commitment, it is a commitment for 25 years. Walking away from the mortgage would have a really serious consequence, especially on your credit. And I think in these trying times, ang dami kong inquiries about foreclosures. As much as I want to dig more into the venture of home ownership, magja-jump muna ako for to discuss ano ba yung mangyayari if you are not able to pay for your mortgage anymore, and that will be discussed on my next videos. And what options do you have if in the event na hindi nyo na talaga kayang bayaran yung mortgage ninyo? Okay, so once again, thank you so much for watching, and please consider liking and subscribing para updated kayo kapag nag-upload uli ako ng videos about finances. Normally, I upload videos like this every Friday. That's why I call it Financial Friday. So thank you again everyone for watching, and I will see you on my next videos. God bless, stay safe and healthy. Bye!